Hey, free thinkers. Um, I want to talk about the president new department that he created called Doge, where Elon Musk is heading it. And this is my issue, right? Because any government, anybody who works for the government, you automatically know that you're a civil servant, right? You serve the public, right? No matter what part of the government you work, whether it be local, state, federal, you still work for the government. And if somebody asks you, what do you do? Because that's what your task, that's what he's asking them for, your task and standards, right? Your evaluation. So somebody asks you, what do you do? Right? If you work for the government, if you're a worker, supervisor, or a manager, or a commissioner, or a director. So you see, certain positions are appointed, like director, commissioner, those are appointed, right? Now, manager and supervisor is like level of where the commissioner appoint the assistant commissioner, then they put in the manager, and then they put in the supervisor, and then you have the workers below everyone, right? And it's not a knock, but if you're working for the government and somebody asks you a question as a worker, for instance, an employee, they ask you, what do you do? Say you're working for, say, any agency, and it says, well, what is your task and standards? You see, your task and standards is put in place based on what governmental agency you work for, right? And your task and standards is basically your task and your stand, which is the job you're doing and which you're qualified for, right? Whether you take a test to get it or somebody put you there, but they give you a task and standards. And every 6 months, they have to give you an evaluation. What is an evaluation? An evaluation is to see if the task and standard that was given to you, if you are, you know, what level are you? Are you poor? Let's a little back up. Is it conditional? Are you poor? Are you good? Are you great? Are you excellent? That's how they rate you, by your task and standards. Now, depending on what level you're in, because if you're poor, then you need assistance, right? So they have to go over to see, what do they need to evaluate you to get to the a good, right? And then once you get to a good, they're like, wait a minute, this is a good employee. Let's see if we could get him to very good. And after they get you to very good, they say, you know what? Let's see if we could get them to great. And after great, they want to see if they could get you to excellent, right? Because excellent, these are the steps that are put in place for you to get your raise and your promotion based on your task and standards, and every 6 months your evaluation if you work for the government. And I know this goes for private industry because at one time I worked for private industry myself. Now, if you're a supervisor, your job is to put in place to make sure that the task and standards that the department put in place, that you make sure that these employees are following those task and standards, right? And every 6 months you're going to evaluate them on that. Now, you're basically the overseer of the employees. Now the manager is in place to oversee all the supervisors, right? So if somebody asks you out now as a supervisor, what do you do? Well, I supervise this amount of people. I make sure they maintain their tasks and standards, including getting there on time for their job. I go over the evaluation every 6 months to make sure that what the department asks for, whatever department they are from, I make sure that the goals are being met. So if they were poor, I want to get them to good. If they're good, I want to get them to great. If they're from great, I want to get them to excellent. And this is how we promote them, right? So me as a supervisor, that would be my job. Now, if you're a manager, you're now your task and standards, or your qualification would be, well, I'm here to manage the supervisors. Well, what do you do? How do you manage a supervisor? Well, my job is to make sure the supervisors are taking care of the employees to make sure that they reach a certain criteria so that they could be elevated. So my job as the manager is to make sure that these supervisors that are in place are following the department's protocol, right? Now, me being a manager, I'm a little bit more above the supervisor, because now I'm managing task and standards, soft skills, and hard skills. What are soft skills, you say? Well, soft skills is what the department require you to do. So whatever the training process is, that's what your soft skills are, right? Because that's taught. You could teach somebody the soft skills. Now, hard skills are a little bit more difficult because that's dealing with each individual, okay, personalities. Now, you may say, well, why do you have to deal with each individual personality? Because now me as the manager is going to say to the supervisor, how's this employee doing? So, well, this employee has has a little issue, and I'm trying to get them to where they could be excellent or very good. So that's what I'm trying to get them to right now. So you say, okay, so I understand that as the manager now, I have to give that supervisor all the accolades and the things that he needs to put this person from poor to good to great to excellent. That's my job as a manager, right? Now, my job may also include making sure that the employees get to the help they need. You never know what after COVID. You don't know what the employee may need. So me as a manager, I may have to recommend them to HR, to make sure that they're good when it comes to work, so they're not having any issues. They could come and do the job they were assigned to for the public or their civil servant, right? So this is what my job would be as a manager. Now you said that's soft skills, right? Now hard skills, like I said, is more maintaining each individual's personality, right? Because soft skill is just basically teaching them what to do. You see how easy I just ran that off? So if you are a manager, a commissioner, an assistant commissioner, and a supervisor, and Elon Musk asks you, what have you done in the past 5 days? You see how I just rattled that off? You see how easy that was? Why would that be a problem for you being a manager, supervisor, or an employee that somebody asks you, what have you done in the past 5 days? And you call it in your union. That leads me to believe you mean you've been here for 10 years and you don't know what you've been doing? So we've been paying you for 10 years to do nothing, no evaluation. So what do you do? What do you do? So I'm hoping that people take feelings out of it and think about we actually have people on the government payroll that serve no purpose. Because if you ask them what do, they say, talk to my union. I only talk to your union to find out what you do. I just ask a simple question. What do you do? If people are talking about as if he's asking for your social security number or your personal information. He's asking you, what did you do? I just rolled off in a couple of minutes what the requirements are, what he's looking for. So people, let's take personality out of this, let's take feelings out of this, and just answer the damn question. What do you do? And if you can't answer what you do, then you should think about it. Should I have this job? Free thinkers.